The marketing of sugary beverages to children represents a calculated, scientifically informed campaign that exploits developmental vulnerabilities for commercial gain. Examining the tactics employed and the global policy responses reveals both the sophistication of industry efforts and the potential for regulatory intervention to protect child health. Food and beverage companies invest billions annually in marketing directed at children and adolescents, with sugary drinks representing a disproportionate share of this spending. The targeting begins early, with brands establishing loyalty among children as young as 2 through cartoon characters, colorful packaging, and placement at child eye level in stores. Television advertising during children's programming, sponsorship of youth sports events, and increasingly sophisticated digital marketing through social media influencers and mobile games create omnipresent brand exposure that shapes preferences and consumption patterns. The psychological mechanisms underlying these tactics draw from behavioral research. Children below age 8 lack the cognitive capacity to recognize persuasive intent in advertising, processing commercial messages as entertainment or information rather than sales pitches. Even older children and adolescents, despite understanding advertising's purpose, remain susceptible to emotional appeals, peer influence messaging, and aspirational branding that associates sugary drinks with fun, popularity, and athletic success. Neuroscience research demonstrates that marketing exposure activates reward circuitry in adolescent brains, with branded product images triggering dopamine responses similar to the products themselves. Celebrity and athlete endorsements amplify these effects. When admired figures promote sugary beverages, children incorporate product consumption into their identity aspirations. Sports marketing proves particularly insidious, creating cognitive dissonance wherein beverages contributing to obesity and metabolic disease become associated with peak physical performance. Industry documents revealed through legal discovery demonstrate that companies explicitly target minority and low-income communities with intensified marketing, contributing to health disparities in these populations. The regulatory landscape varies dramatically across countries, revealing policy's potential impact. Chile implemented comprehensive restrictions prohibiting cartoon characters on unhealthy products, banning food advertising during children's programming, and requiring prominent warning labels. Within 3 years, sugary beverage purchases decreased 25%, with particularly large declines among low-income families. The United Kingdom banned broadcast advertising of unhealthy foods during children's programming, while Norway and Sweden prohibit all advertising directed at children under 12. In contrast, the United States relies primarily on industry self-regulation through voluntary pledges that independent analyses have shown to be largely ineffective. Loopholes allow continued marketing through digital channels, product placement, and sponsorships not covered by voluntary guidelines. The result is that American children see thousands of food and beverage advertisements annually, with sugary drinks among the most frequently advertised products. Public health advocates argue that protecting children from exploitative marketing represents a legitimate government function analogous to restrictions on tobacco and alcohol advertising. Industry groups counter that marketing restrictions infringe commercial speech rights and that parental responsibility, not regulation, should govern children's consumption. However, this argument fails to acknowledge the power differential between billion-dollar marketing campaigns and individual families, particularly those facing economic stress and limited health literacy. The evidence from countries implementing strong restrictions demonstrates meaningful impact. Sales decline, consumption decreases, and these changes occur without eliminating product availability or adult freedom of choice. Combining marketing restrictions with other interventions including taxation, school policies, and public education campaigns creates synergistic effects that shift population-level consumption patterns. The ethical case for protecting children from predatory marketing appears compelling. Children did not choose to be targeted by sophisticated campaigns designed to establish lifelong consumption patterns detrimental to their health. Defending industry's right to market freely to children prioritizes corporate profit over child welfare, a position increasingly difficult to justify as evidence of both marketing's effectiveness and sugary beverages' health harms accumulates.